Hey guys, it's Kevin with Mix Coach. I want to take a few minutes today and show you how I go about mixing a pop country song in Mixbus. Now I already have the files loaded in and I've got them arranged in the order that I like to see them, which usually is left to right. Drums on the left. Let's look at the mixer. The drums on the left and the lead vocalist far right. Because typically that's the order in which I mix. So let me just tell you a little bit about some of the new features. If you've seen some of the other videos that I've done, I've done 2 videos on some of the features on Mixbus. If you don't have those already, you can check out this website, sign up for the mailing list that I have for Mixbus users, and you will see those videos. A couple of things they've added that I really like in version 2 of Mixbus is the phase reverse. It makes it feel like a console because every console has a polarity switch on it to where you can switch from one polarity to the other. It really tightens up drums, among other things. Another thing it has is they've moved the faders, the pre and post fader inserts all to the top and give you a fader that you can drag around so that you can put say a compressor before the fader and then after the fader, which in the old version was down here. You don't have to worry about that anymore. They've added 4 more mix buses. You can resize the channel strip by holding the command button. You can resize them all by holding shift command like this, which I think is really cool. So that's just a few of the features. Like I said, I've got the drums and everything arranged: drums, bass, keyboards, guitars, background vocals, and then vocals here. We've only got 4 mix buses showing. We will open some more of those up as we go. So without waiting too much longer, let's just go ahead and dive right in. I want to create a couple of mix groups, and I want to group some of my things together. So I do hit the plus sign over here, and then I want to call the first one drums. Let's just go ahead and add some stuff to rename that. Call that drums. And then we'll name this one, let's name this one guitars. Enter. Let's grab another one and call it keys. Enter. Let's add another one and call it background vocals, or BGVs. And I think that'll do for now. So now what we'll do to assign these is go to the bottom to where the drums are, and then at the bottom we will go to the left and assign these to the mix groups. So let's you would know that some of these are guitars by the way they're named, like Wacko and Phil's. But I've heard the song before, and I'm pretty sure that these are guitars. I've heard this song plenty of times before because I've already mixed it. And these tracks are courtesy of a lady named Sherilyn Kennedy. If you don't have her record, it's definitely worth picking up. I did some work on it among some other engineers, and I can attest to the record. It's a really good record, and you will enjoy it, especially if you love this kind of music. And I'll let you hear just a little bit of this kind of music as soon as we get the rest of these assigned. BGV3, and that's Sherilyn there. Okay, now I would like to go ahead and name some of these mix buses. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and expand those a little bit, and let's go ahead and rename the top one, or rename the first one drums, and I'm going to route all the drums to this. Then let's take this other one and we'll kind of do the same thing. I want to name this guitar, or guitars. The fact that they've added 4 more mix buses really opens up this the mix buses to some really cool stuff. Every channel has tape saturation on it, and EQ and compression, and it just really makes it nice. So you can kind of stretch your legs a little bit on this. I'm going to add this one, keys, and we'll probably add some more of these in a moment. But let's see, what else can we add here? Let's go ahead and add background vocals. And then I want to go ahead and let's go over here and open up a couple more. We'll leave these last 2 for effects or whatever. So mix bus 5, instead of them being named mix bus 5 and 6, I don't want to have to remember that. So that's the reason I'm naming it. I could probably just go to mixing, but I kind of like to get organized before I start. So let's call this one lead vocals, or let's just call this Sherilyn, because that's who it is. The reason I'm busing her over here is because I would like for her, let's see, it renamed that Sherilyn one. So let's rename that one so I don't have the one there. Let's okay. The reason I'm putting her over here is because I want to have her go through this tape saturation, and I'll probably do some automating from this side here, because from recording this, and I know that she's a very dynamic singer, so I probably will automate some before we go here. You'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Let's do one other thing. Let's make this a parallel drum compressor, and I like to call these things like spank or smack. Let's call it smack. That's the kind of mood I'm in right now. So we'll use that as parallel drum compression, and we'll leave the other 2 for effects when we add those, and we'll probably wait a little longer to add those. So anyway, so I know you're curious. Well, I know you're curious to hear it, but I want to go ahead and assign these to their proper mix buses. The mix bus makes it really easy. I'm going to close these down a little bit by holding Shift Command and clicking on the scribble strip, and then let's go ahead and name, or not name these, but assign these to the right bus. Now the drums I don't want going to the master bus, because I want them going through the mix bus first. So what we're going to do is take those out of the master, so this makes sure that they go through these buses before they go to the master bus. If these were on, they would go straight to the master bus, and then whatever we added to this would be in addition to. And since I'm already going to be doing this with the smack channel, I don't want it to hit the master bus 3 times. Once here, and once going straight to the master bus. So let's assign that. Let's unpack that one for a second, and just so I can show you this. All it takes to assign this to the master bus or to the mix bus is just to find the one that has 1 and assign it. It correlates to this number here. So we probably don't need to see that too much. A cool feature that they have is that you're able to narrow these, so you can actually get more real estate. You can actually get more channels visible. So let's see, overhead will be my last channel. Okay, tambourine, let's go ahead and put that on the drum channel too, and we'll assign that to drums also. And bass, let's put that on the guitars. And let's see, guitars are 2, so we'll start there. And actually, let's see, more guitars starting here, so that goes to 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's see, and whack is a guitar also. So let's go here. These are keys, so they go to 3. This is so simple to assign these. And let's see, we've got background vocals starting here, going on mix bus 4. So boom, 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 boom. And then Sherilyn goes to 5. Okay, the only thing left to do is to assign the smack channel. Okay, and that's on mix bus 6. So on all the drums, I don't usually like to smack all the drums that hard. We'll probably do the kick. There's an a mic inside the kick drum, and there's one outside. That's with the kick in, kick out. We'll probably do the snare. We won't do the hat, because the hat, if you overcompress the hat or overheads, they get a little swishy and bright, and they tend to get in the way. So I usually only hit the tonal things like toms and things. And if there was a room mic, I would probably assign that too. So now we've got the drums going to 1, which is here, and also to 6, which is here. And for right now, I'm going to mute this 6 because I want to show you what I'll do with that channel first. So, okay, I know you're curious and you want to hear the song, and so do I. I want to make sure that I've got everything assigned the way it should be. So let's make sure we're at the top of the song, and let's listen to it a little bit. So as you can hear, the bass was not recorded very hot, and I'll have to talk to the engineer and the bass player about that. I'll have to give them harsh words because both of those guys were me. I played the bass and recorded it, so I obviously was not looking at my level too much there. So there's a cool thing in MixBus that will allow you to do that. There is an input trim right here. So let's go ahead and adjust the input trim so that the bass level looks a little better. So the bass levels are looking a little more healthy now. Let's take a look, and some of the guitars are a little louder, so I'm going to narrow that, and let's listen to some of the guitars. Let's turn Sherilyn's vocal up just so we can hear it too. Turn these off so I have individual control and I'm not controlling the whole group. Now that right there was an example. Did you hear how that word got a little loud? I'm going to show you a little trick, parallel compressing trick actually that we can use to help fix some of that, where she's real gutsy singer on some of the high notes, but some of the low notes it's hard to hear. So there's several things we could do. I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can correct a problem like that. It's not a problem, it's just you have to contain a powerful singer like that. So anyway, well, we've got everything set up. Let's go ahead and have a little fun with I want to show you just a little bit of the smack channel we're going to use.